Oh!
Okay. Well, there we go, just got that fella there. I don't think I got it on film, but that's a nice golden trevally. We're going to let him go. Brendan's getting railed over here as well, so.
Hello, peoples.
There we go.
How the bloody hell are you? Been a while. Oh. Come here.
Come to Papa.
Fine up. Hello, golden.
We didn't get that one on film because the idea today was to get Brendan's daughter and my daughter, Mahalia, out today to get them onto a good fish on jig. So we just literally bang bang pigeon pair. We got a nice trout here, that's a really nice trout, and Harley's got a nice trout herself. So we hooked them up and they dealt with it from there on. So they did really, really, really well. Those are exceptional fish.
It's good fish, eh?
And there's the proof that they're on jig. So, Nomad Design, Gypsy and Buffalo jig. There we go. Oh, there. Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, there was a fish. Get off the tip. Shit.
Did you just make that worse?
Yes, very worse. Oh. Just broke the eye out of it. Bloody hell. Yeah, there's a fish there. What's he done? There we go. Better be something good, worth breaking my rod for. That's a trout. Nice trout. Nice lunch trout. Alright, there we go.
Happy man?
You broke my rod, buddy. Thanks for that.
Technically, you broke your rod.
Well, yeah. Thanks very much. It's just pulled the runner out, so I can fix that. Righto. There we go. Nice trout. That's our lunch today. So, ripper stuff.
Literally.
So he's what he's done, and he's gone. As I've hooked him, he's shot in under whatever he was hiding around, and snagged himself up in there. Then I've tried to jiggle it out and got it tip wrapped and pulled the eye off. Unfortunately, too much rush. So he's perfect size. He's like 42 centimeters, so perfect for me and Harley for lunch. So anyway, we're out here today, and we're gonna go around. We've got a few spots that I've found cruising around, going from island to island. So some guy hit me up ages ago about making a video on how I find spots, what I'm looking for, and you know, the bottom structure and stuff like that. How do I find these marks that I fish on? So pretty much the only way to do it is cover ground. If you want to find ground, cover ground. So instead of just, if every time you go out, follow on the same line every time, move over and just, you know, work cover ground. You have to, you know, you got to move yourself over a half a mile, if that, most of the time and you'll find ground. Like you run over it. Anything that you think looks good, mark it. Mark it, go back, try it. Any other day you're going out, you're going past it, oh, I'll pull up on that spot. Have a drop. Always have a drop. Because you never, ever know. Just because it doesn't show anything on the sounder, doesn't mean there's anything there. And I'll show you what I mean, actually. I just pulled that trout off of this spot here. Literally, that's what the bottom looks like. It's flat and featureless for the most part. There's a bit of gravel down there. That's it. So this spot here, we've caught red emperor off of it before. Heaps of trout. You know, they're there. So literally all you got to do is just go around and just trial it out. You never ever know. Righto, so I've gone and bought one of these Nomad Design squid tracks lures. I see a lot of them on YouTube, and I had to buy it myself. I'm not affiliated with the company whatsoever, as much as I'd like to be, but basically everything you see me using on this channel is purchased out of my own money. All my boats, everything. Unfortunately, I don't get paid by anybody to do this, so it all comes out of my pocket. Yeah, it sucks because then I'm really limited on what I can and can't do. So there's a little shout out. If anyone wants to throw some stuff my way, go for it. I'm sure I'll put it to the test, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to show you, literally this is that mark that I've just been going over. So we'll watch the sounder. Try it out, I've got to see it too. So literally that is all that's on it. There's a few fish. So my sounder is an old Lowrance HDS 7, which is ancient. I don't have the ability of new technology. So fish like that, arches like that is what I'm looking for. Those nanny guy on my sounder show like that. They don't show big, they just is the littlest thing really. So you can see I work this spot a heap. There's literally, so my drift line is going from here down to here. I'm there, so I'm gonna pull up right here and I'm gonna drift back over that. We'll drop the squid tracks down on it and see what we can get. So there's something absolutely massive just under the boat there. You see that? That is huge, and I have good bets that that's a shark. Ugh. What's he, 60 feet down, far out. He's just probably going to wallop this thing on the drop. I hope not. Not worried about breaking the rod. He's still there, fuck off. Look at it. Go away. Get away from it. Oh, Christ. He's following it down. Whatever it was. He just dropped to the bottom. What the hell is that? So, I just dropped down on that spot there and I had a bit of a drift. Whatever that thing there is absolutely massive. Because that's in, what, 100 feet of water, and that is showing something very large. I dropped it down and it followed it, and I quickly burned it away from it, whatever the hell it is. If it is a shark, I don't want to tangle with it, because that would mean I'd lose a $25 squid tracks, which I'm not into. So we'll leave that now and we'll move on. And the best part now is I have another mark that I want to give a go at. I've never fished it before. I literally was driving along one day, seen it show up, marked it, and I thought I'll come back to that one at a later date. So we'll move on to that one now, and then we're going to go diving. Hopefully water clarity pending. So failing that, we'll just go have a swim, have a bit of fun. We got all the dive gear, so it's literally just me and Mahalia today. She's just school holidays, so geez, that thing's still sitting under the boat, so I have no idea what that is. Yeah, so it's literally me and Mahalia today. We're just out here to have a bit of fun. Like, it's absolutely glass out conditions just for today, so we're going to take advantage of it. Why not? So stay tuned. Okay, so I've never been on this mark here and never tested it, never done nothing, just drove over it one day and found it, and that's what it is. So you can see there's definitely bait on top of it. Literally I went over the top of this at like 20 knots, so it showed as a big spike. Okay, so it's not a heck of a lot there, but that don't mean there's no fish on that. So it's a pretty reasonable sized lump. So what we'll do is we'll drop on it and see what happens. Right, so we're going down. First drop, pretty much a dummy drop. That one's just because I don't know which way we're going to drift. So we could drift any which way direction, so I've just basically parked on top of the spot and drop down and see what happens. Basically we just do a drift and you never ever know. So we're just basically, this first drift is literally to find our line where we're drifting to. See, now I've broken my other rod, my expensive $700 get up. I'm back to using my shitty bait rod for jigging. So righto, so I've driven over that a bit and you can see it's coming up again there now. I've basically concluded, there's a little bit more structure just there's a darker stuff of structure, so I basically concluded, I've been doing zigzags across this thing, that it's a big sand hump, or just a line of sand, thereabouts. Because where I live we get massive tides, so the current pushes these sand mounds up. So I guess when you're going over it at speed, it looks good, but it might not be much at all. So that's all right. At least now I've driven over it, I didn't see anything fishy on it at all. So now I know, and this is what you do, and this is how you find your spots. You basically you drive over it, mark it, go back, check it out, drop on it, fish on it. You never know. I dropped on there, nothing really happened. It looks pretty sandy to me. So yeah, at least now I know I can delete that mark off my sounder out of the 300 marks that I have, and about 250 yet to be tested, so it's just all time. But anyway, so anyway, I think we got our trout for lunch, and I think we'll probably just end up going to an island now, and we're going to go for a dive, or we'll have a look anyway and go and see what this clarity looks like. Who knows? There's another bump there. Alright. Okay, so we went in, we had a bit of a dive. The water clarity at the moment, because it's full moon today, it's full moon, the tides are huge, the water's all stirred up, and we've had a heap of windy weather too over the last couple of days. So the other day it was like 4 metre waves, so that's pretty much stirred it all up. So this is Cockermouth Island. I love this island, this is awesome. Have a look at that. That there is absolutely spectacular. It doesn't get much more beautiful than that. Like, the water clarity here looks good, but around the other side not so good. So anyway, we caught that trout earlier and we got to actually eat it right now because I've got no ice today. I didn't bring any ice, so typical, usually the way. But I've got Vaseline in my mouth again. But yeah, Harley, she's gonna go in and have a bit more of a swim around. So while she's doing that, I'm going to cook up this trout, and I'm going to cook it in a special way. Butter and taco seasoning, which I think, I've tried a number of different trout ways. This one, oh, you can't beat it. So I actually got a friend, Lewis, he tried it and reckons that he'll never eat trout another way again. So that's how good it is. So all right, let's cook that up. Righto, now, because I was an idiot and I didn't bring my filleting knife, so all I got is a rusty bait knife, but it's sharp and it'll do the job. So we'll get this trouty, fill it up. Look at that location, that is primo. So righto, there we go. 2 nice fillets of trout, bit hacked up, but that's okay, we can deal with that. Give them a rinse in this beautiful water. Not that they really need it. Now you could absolutely, in the fry pan, cook that. Now I found when you rinse it in the seawater, it gets like this, it almost gets like oil on it. and you can literally just cook it as is. So the best part about coral trout is literally nothing goes to waste, and the skins are awesome, so we're going to eat them too. About the only thing, there's a few little pin bones right there, so we'll just cut them out. If you really wanted to, you got cheeks, there's a nice bit of meat in there, and then you could literally cut the frame off, cook the frame and eat the frame. Bit of butter, because my partner's awesome and she looks after us, otherwise I would have forgot that too. So generous dollop of butter. In our case that's nutlegs, which I tell you what, you can't tell the difference. So while the butter's doing its thing there, we'll get our taco seasoning and we'll coat these trouties up. So literally you get your taco seasoning, that's just a cheap shit one. You can use Old El Paso, it's probably the best one. And then you literally just get it and give him a generous sprinkling over the top. Pat him in, just like you would with salt and pepper on a steak. Are you okay down there, Harley?
Yeah.
You're dying.
I am.
It smells lovely. Bit of taco seasoning for the fish. I love it. Oh, we're cooking. We're cooking now. We got a sizzle on. Just drop that in there like that. Now ideally the more heat the better, so I've got to try and stop this wind somehow. Ow, head. So the idea that we want to do here is sear it, and it'll like caramelize onto it, and it sort of caramelizes and burns. Well, not burn, you don't want to burn it. You wrecked my fishing rod, my friend, so you are going to taste amazing. You better taste good. Righto, so that's ready to come out now, so we'll pull him out. Golden brown. I'm in some dramas here trying to do this one-handed, but basically, uh-oh, we broke it. Would have been much better with the egg flip. Okay, so there we go. Butter and taco seasoned coral trout. There we go. A la Josh style. Righto, so Harley's munging away on her pulled pork sanger. I'm going to give some of this lovely coral trout a go. Yep, that is really, really good. Wow. Harley's going to give it a whirl.
Better than anything. I can't speak.
That's sensational stuff. That'll sort you right out. That's good stuff. So anyway, we're going to tuck into this and get all this done, and we'll keep you updated as we go along. So stay tuned. Righto, so we made it to Brampton. That's Carlisle Island there, that one. And then we got over this side, Brampton Island, and this one here has the resort on it, so it's pretty cool. Actually all shut down and basically derelict now, which is really, really, really unfortunate, but anyway, that's the way it goes. So Harley wanted to come here, she wanted to come and get in for a swim, so it's like literally bugger all deep, 4 feet, really, really sandy bottom. So I'm gonna jump up the front here. I can hear a lawnmower. Sounds like someone is maintaining things, which is cool. How cool is that? There's very little water there. Hopefully we don't get stuck